afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for May 17th, 2020, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. I guess you could say we are a show, or we're in a show. And the show is our lives. Now, we do have choices with this. We can kind of lean back, put your feet up, and watch the show. So it's kind of different. Instead of being in the show, your life, you watch the show. So what does that mean? Well, you kind of view your life in the now, and if you want your whole life, but you don't try to manage it or to be, micromanagement and ranging this and that and so on and so forth, and then just basically let it go. You imagine if you could literally step outside yourself and watch your life. Wouldn't that be something? And you wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't change anything. You would just watch it take place. It would be absolutely mind-blowing to watch it, and not to intervene, not to get involved with it. Now, is it important when we leave the body to review now think about this, okay? We leave the body to review, and then we review our life. This is some people's opinion that we review our life. We look over it and view it, and and then say, well, we could have done this, could have done that, could have done this. Does it make any sense to review your life when you leave the body, when you have a massive electrical charge on your consciousness, your God, when you leave the body, and then another one when you come back into another body? It doesn't do you any good, does it? So a little twisted, that philosophy or that opinion is that you leave the body and then you go to a place and you review everything about your life. And then you're blanked anyway, so you don't remember anything that you reviewed. This is crazy. So you're the show. And you don't manage anything. And you don't shift or change anything. You just watch it unfold. And when you choose to do this, you can. You basically are stilling the mind, and you're just watching your life exist. And as you watch your life exist, you begin to realize that, well, this is kind of neat. I don't have to do anything about it. I just watch it unfold. And that's powerful because it allows us to realize that everything is perfect anyway. That there's nothing to change. That there's nothing to manage. Or to go to the micromanagement type thing. It's just, we intend and we create. And when we're conscious about that, it unfolds. Now, unfortunately for many, they are conscious and it still unfolds, but they don't understand what's going on because they don't realize that they're the ones that created it. So they're separated from that understanding. Now, when you're consciously aware about your life and you watch it unfold, knowing that you are creating it. Now, a lot of people have the philosophy or the opinion that well, life is, our lives, each of our lives are left up to an external authority, so to speak. And that we really don't know what's going to happen from 1 minute to the next. We do, though. It's just that we're not consciously aware. So we view it as if we are not, we don't have the authority on guiding our lives. We don't have that authority. We are literally left to the winds, so to speak. But we do. But if we go overboard, then we begin to micromanage, and then we're constantly finicky and correcting and judging ourselves and directing and judging and being hard on ourselves and banging on ourselves because none of that's necessary. So we don't even need to. So you intend and you create your life, and you can also sit back and watch it. It's pretty cool that you can sit back and watch your life. A lot of people say, well, I don't know how the heck you're going to do that. That doesn't make any sense to me. How do I watch, or how do I become a spectator of my life? You don't interfere. You just let go. And you have the confidence in the heart, mind, and the pure consciousness, the God that you are within. And you just let it go. You're intending. So you intend, or you create into reality, or you move energy into form. So it allows you to get to the point where you're just sitting in your chair watching your life. But you also know that you're creating your life. Now, obviously, we don't choose to create it to the point where we know everything's going to take place. We know everything is going to take place. Or you can. Once you become fully conscious and you engage the intention and you create it in reality, you're going to know. You're automatically going to know. So this is a very confidence where you step away, sit in your chair, and watch your life, because you know that you are the guide, that your pure consciousness, the God within you, is the guide. So you watch as you progress through this life. And it's pretty interesting because you begin to see the things that you're actually creating for yourself. You couldn't do that if you were so involved with micromanaging yourself that you were constantly reviewing, constantly managing, constantly overseeing every step of the way. So you get an impartial perspective of your life. So you step outside, sit in your chair, and watch your life. And as you do that, you begin to see the things that you've created for yourself, whatever they may be. And you don't do anything. You don't interact or anything, but it gives you a much different perspective, and you are at ease. You're enjoying the show of your life. Now, there are those who have done this throughout the existence of all things. There are those who have done it and continue to do it. And then there is the majority of us who are literally micromanaging our lives. I mean, we're constantly trying to correct or change or improve, or it's a continual process that we put ourselves through, and it becomes very tedious. You have a divine plan. We all do. Okay. Instead of trying to run the show, you just relax and let presence play itself through you. I don't think any of us, we find ourselves doing it though. None of us are exempt from it. But we find ourselves trying to be in control of every single spec, script, plot, scene, characters, every detail of the entire play. That's a lot of work. That can burn us out real quick. We all come to the full realization that we are here to fully enjoy this life. We do not need to be the director all the time. We can be that joyous spectator in the crowd in this now. So you're the spectator in the crowd. The crowd is everything. It's your life in the now. And you're just sitting back, watching. It's a much different perspective. When we let go, this is much similar to going with the flow. Okay? You don't fight anything. You don't try to push against something. You don't try to force something. You don't try to hurry something. This is all about micromanaging our lives. You know, being in the, if you will, the director's chair or the conductor, and constantly micromanaging every single thing, critiquing. You know, we criticize ourselves, and then we try, oh, well, you know. So doesn't it make sense that sometimes we just sit back in our seat and enjoy the show? You go into a movie theater, right? There's no one there, just you. Picture this. And maybe you have popcorn or a drink or something, and you sit down, and the great show is about to begin. And the screen comes on, and it's you in your life. And you are sitting in the chair watching you in your life. Now, this isn't judgment. It isn't review time. It isn't management time. You just sit back and watch your life unfold. It's quite interesting. Now, we don't know certain things, okay? We're not aware because we're not fully conscious of ourselves, and we aren't fully connected with the God within. So there are certain things that we're unaware of, and we're taking these paths, usually through the ego mind, that we're on, but we can literally all of a sudden, it could mean a matter of staying in the body or leaving the body. So you sit there and you say, okay, now when you watch your life, when you become the spectator of your life, you go, you know something? Maybe now I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm just here as a spectator. Okay? Wow, look at what I'm doing there. That's wild. And you believe it or not, when you embrace this, you'll practice it. You'll do it. Just maybe at first you're just curious. Okay? Maybe you're just curious. You say, oh, well, why not? I'll take a seat and watch my life. And remember, not judging yourself. Yeah? You're not critiquing. You're not reviewing. You're just enjoying watching your life. It's like somebody that is watching a very interesting movie and is totally captivated by it. Okay, they're not critiquing it, they're not judging it, they're just enjoying it. You see what I mean? And I think you can, with that analogy, you can understand what I'm talking about. You're not correcting it. You're not, well, I would have done this and that. You just watch it and enjoy it. So you're completely separate from yourself. And it's easy to do. It really isn't that difficult. Once you through the heart mind, that's not tough. That's not complicated. I just let go of the reins. Let the horse wander. Don't try to control it. Don't try to manage it. See how different you feel. It may be similar. to the fact that you're in a canoe again, that you don't have any oars and you're just using the current to draw you, to take you, and you aren't thinking about anything. You're just sitting back, enjoying the ride, and that ride is your life. And that canoe, and that current that's taking the canoe, and you with it, is the ride of your life. You're riding your life, you're sitting back, and you're totally relaxed, and you have no concerns whatsoever. It's difficult for a lot of us to embrace this understanding because of the fact that we're so used to managing and not letting go. We're afraid. We do have fear, and the ego mind plays a role in that, where we just, it's like, what if this happens, or, what if that happens? It's like jumping out of the plane for the first time in a skydive, okay? It's an unknown. And what does the ego mind immediately do? Bam, it comes at you. What if the parachute doesn't open? Well, I could fall to my death. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't care to do that. No. Would you like to take a skydiving jump? No, that's for you, not me. You see what I mean? Now, there are those that just say, yeah, heck yeah. Dive off a cliff into a body of water. No, you can do that, not me. Those are things that in this life, we have so many things that we can choose to experience. It's amazing. And isn't it funny how we immerse ourselves in ourselves? We're constantly managing and micromanaging, constantly worried, stressing, and fearing about ourselves. And that's the truth. Most of the time, we are preoccupied by ourselves. And a lot of people don't enjoy their lives because that's the reason why. Because they won't leave the director's chair. They won't leave it. No. I will be here till the end of the movie. And that kind of blocks us, and it causes a lot more stress than we care to experience. That this is a divine plan. All of us are a divine plan, a divine construct, a divine creation. And everything in existence is a divine creation. The supreme grand creators, just like us, who walked our path millions and billions and trillions of years ago, did similar things. And then they got to the point where they realized that I've learned enough and I've experienced enough so I can create life. I can create a universe. And with everything I've gained and learned, I will incorporate that in this universe. You see where we're going? So doesn't it make sense that on occasion you loosen your grip on that chair that's directing your life? And you become a laughable, happy spectator. You're laughing and you're happy and you're joking and you're just watching the divine plan. Your big role in the divine plan, because we all have a big role. Literally big role. So don't think that you are minuscule because you look at your body and then you look at the expanse of space and say, well, that's just that can't be. Look at how tiny and small I am compared to the expanse, the existence of the universe and all that's in it. But when you get over that and you realize that you are the expanse and the universe is the creation. And you see? It's flipped. Even though we view things and been taught to view things because, when you stand up next to a building, you go, wow, look at that skyscraper. I'm literally like a little flea compared to that skyscraper. Yet, you're the expanse. The skyscraper is the flea. Takes a bit to incorporate that understanding. But doesn't it make sense to loosen your grip on your life? Really? and to just be a spectator and sit back and just watch. Eat your popcorn or whatever it is and just watch the show. You're not judging, you're not criticizing, you're not trying to correct, you're just watching. Because you're the show. And you can choose any time you want to let go of the reins and let the show begin. It gives us a much different perspective of ourselves. Huh? You imagine sitting in that chair and you're watching your life, yourself, and you're going, wow, this is phenomenal. You aren't micromanaging, you aren't controlling, you're not judging yourself, criticizing yourself, trying to correct yourself. You're just going with the flow. The big role that you have in the divine plan is right in front of you and you're watching it. And you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it immensely. It also gives us, it affords us the opportunity to experience different perspectives of ourselves. It really does. And we begin to realize that what's all the fuss about? What in the heck is all the fuss about? You know, I'm here to enjoy my life, and that's what I'm going to do. And if you choose, or when you choose, in your own way, in your own direction, that you say to yourself, through the heart mind, deeply, my life is a joy. And it'll always be a joy. No matter what external activities take place, your life is a joy. My life is blissful. When I stop judging myself, I stop judging others. When I stop judging myself, I stop judging others. It's always will be you. It's always going to be about you and you discovering you. And then you'll begin to realize the effect that involves for the rest is that once you're able to master you and all about you, then your relationship with the rest is going to be miraculous. And it takes a bit because in the show, okay, you're going along, but you're watching, but you're not judging. That gets you into the habit of that when you're back in the director's chair at times, you won't judge yourself. You just flow along. And by doing that, you won't judge others. It's easy for us to judge others. It really is. We can get into it any time. None of us are exempt from it. But as you do this, a much more lighthearted, easy, flowing life is exposed to you. Why do I tie? You know, it's like we tie ourselves up with worry, stress, and fear, and anxiety, and we do, and stress, and we do it every day. It's different, sometimes bigger, sometimes less, sometimes barely, but we do. And when we start to understand that, then the best way to do it is to step outside of ourselves and watch our lives. The show. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is we want to relax our bodies. And relax our bodies real easily. Just let go of everything. Whatever it may be, whatever you're holding on to, let it go so your body de-stresses. Now in some cases, that's a little difficult, or maybe big difficulty. it's like, picture yourself, and this is you kind of analogy or an example. You find yourself with just your birthday suit and nothing else. And you're sitting in a chair in the middle of nowhere and there's nothing around. And you've totally released all your baggage, all your stress and fear and anger and frustration and worry, and it's just all gone. So you're just in your birthday suit sitting in a chair. You can have care of the world, period. And you're sitting there and you're watching your life. You relax the body lets go, and it's letting go. That's the big thing, letting go. You have to let things release themselves. They don't do it on their own. That's why it's so good to sometimes just sit back and watch your life. Now, as we relax the body from head to toe, inside and out, we want to move into the now. And the now is what we have. The now, and it's not easy all the time to stay in the now, because we have that incessant noise that's constantly knocking on our doors saying, well, come on, open the door. I got a whole bunch of stuff here that I'm going to just shoot your way. So you open the door and let it all come pouring in, which are thousands and thousands and thousands of thoughts. And some of them are just absolutely absurd. And how do you just let go? Let them pass through you. Don't fight them. Just let them pass through you. And that's being in the now, because these thoughts are going to keep coming in, and you just let them pass right through. You say, fine, come on through. Don't grab onto them, because then you'll create them into reality. You just let them go. You say to yourself, these are just thoughts that I'm having. And so we let it all go in the now, and we focus on only one thing. We focus on one thing, the moment. That's the space between heartbeats, the moment. And there's a moment every split second. So we only concentrate on that moment that we're in. Whatever it may be that we're occupied with, we only are in the now, the moment. It takes practice, Sometimes we slip away from it and get back into the thought factory. But then we move out of the thought factory and say, the more I'm in the now, the more I like being in the now. The more I enjoy it. I'm not micromanaging everything. I'm just right in the moment. And then what you do is you find out that you begin to breathe. So with relaxing the body, moving into the now, you're not in the past. The past is gone. And that's another thing that will try to entice you to go reminisce into the past and embrace things. And if you do it with heart and with love, you will take all of that into the future that doesn't exist, and you will create your future from the past, which is dead. And you will relive the past in the future. Just very careful you stay in the now. There's no future, it hasn't been created. The past is gone and dead. It's gone. And so the now, it literally helps you start to still the mind. Your breath is in the now. So you breath in through the nose and you breath out through the mouth. Now the breathing is very important. Most of us shallow breathe. Whether we know it or not, we can't, it's difficult to know that we shallow breathe, but we do. That's what happens. And we take our breathing for granted. So it's like, okay, so if you take your breathing for granted, what exactly does that mean? You don't notice it. It's just there. You just don't notice it. like, how do you change that? How do you change that you don't notice? You concentrate on it. You start thinking, my breath. My breath. You breath in, and picture this in your heart mind. You breath in through your nose. And as you breath in, picture this. You literally, are bringing that breath in through actually the root chakra, the Muladhara. And the root chakra is energy, stability, comfort, and safety. And the root chakra is the groin. That's where it's at. And picture the breath coming up through these chakras. First the root chakra, then the sacral chakra, then the solar plexus chakra, then the heart chakra. See the colors. See the colors of the root chakra, red. The sacral chakra, orange, a bright orange. The solar plexus chakra, it's where your diaphragm is and everything, a light orange. The heart chakra, a green, an emerald green. The throat chakra, a beautiful blue. The third eye chakra. And then eventually the crown chakra. The third eye chakra is like a navy, it's like a violet blue. And then the crown chakra is a violet purple. So you picture this breath that you're pulling up through the chakras. All 7 of the main chakras in the center of the body. The etheric fields connecting every part of your body. And feel that breath as you continue to move it all the way up into the brain, the back of the head, and hold it briefly. I am light, I am love, I am. And as you're holding it at that brief moment, you condense it into pure liquid energy. And as you do that, as soon as you've done that, you release it over the pineal gland. And instead of the pineal gland being a prune, it begins to bloom like a rose would. And you want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. So as you do that, nice, easy breath, pulling it up, feeling your muscles through the body, continually pull it up, bring it through, up to the back of the head, and then you hold it for that brief moment. I am light, I am love, I am, and then by that time you've condensed it into pure liquid frequency energy and you release it over the pineal gland. The pineal gland is the gateway to all particles of existence. It is the gateway to our pure consciousness, and it is the gateway to beyond consciousness. So we literally are energizing the pineal gland, nurturing it, and bringing it into full existence, full operation. Now, we also know that we have the ego mind, and the ego mind is constantly talking with us and trying to convey to us that this is a waste of time, that you don't need to do this, it's not going to benefit you at all, and it's silly. So continue to entertain with me, and I'll guide you in the right direction like I always have in this life. Well, you've had enough experience with the ego mind to know that that's not the case, and therefore you just say, ego mind, I'm in charge here, you're not, so please take a seat. You keep saying that every time it crouches in. You'll know when it crouches in because you get an uneasy feeling. And that's the ego mind starting to tap on the door. The uneasy feeling, as soon as you start to get it, you say, ego mind, you're not in charge here, I am. Please take a seat. Eventually, the ego mind starts to realize that you are becoming more and more conscious of who and what you are, and that its ability to control and command you is dissipating rapidly. We're all one. We operate from the heart-mind. And we are consciously aware that we are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. And we have others with us. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. All of them. This is a civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. It's why we don't see them like we see each other. They're there, though. At times they'll come in humanoid form just to give us a hello and a communication, and then before you know it, they're gone again. They've been with us since the beginning. They are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. They hold very small space and large number because of their frequency. So it's not unusual to have 50 or 60,000 surrounding us at any one time. And this is a very good thing. We also have the Ascended Masters with us in this now, in this meditation. And Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, Gaia, El Moria, Abundancia, Hell, Thought, many, many, many more. And they're consciously aware that they're of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest, deepest, eternal gratitude. And they've ascended out of physical form, and they hold God form, pure consciousness. And they hang around us to help us and assist in any way they can. And remember something. They are one with us, as we are with them. We have ascended into body to experience physical form. That's putting it in a nutshell. We've ascended into body to experience physical form. We are now ascending into higher dimensional frequency and leaving lower dimensional frequency of 3. And we've moved into the higher dimensional frequency of 5. The journey doesn't stop there, as we all know. Eventually we will move into 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and on. So we are compelled to form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth in this now, and in this meditation. And in this circle of light that we form. The circle of light is our pure consciousness. It is the God. And its frequency is so magnificently high that the light, it produces the light. And the light is so deep that it's 1 billion times brighter than the sun in this solar system. It's not like a light you would see on Earth. It is much denser, much more expansive and brilliant. So as we do this, and we form this circle of light, this halo, we begin, once we have connected, we begin to levitate up above the planet. And as we levitate up above the planet, we're immediately immersed in a gossamer field of brilliant, spectacular, of reflective colors, lights, panels, everywhere. And this field is basically a reminder field for us to understand more about us, such as the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This column reminds us of the fact that we are the power of healing. We have the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column that reminds us of our power, of our strength, and of our resolve. We then go to the white fire, which is our armor. And the white fire, simply put, is ourselves keeping ourselves in the highest of high vibrational frequencies of love and bliss and joy and happiness, kindness, generosity, gentleness, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, strength. Now, if we choose, whether consciously or unconsciously, to move into lower vibrational frequencies, lower survival matter frequencies, lower dark matter frequencies, and if we go deep enough, the armor, the white fire, begins to dissipate. It dissipates enough to let these lower frequencies in and lower our overall frequency in our existence. We also have the purple transmuting flame. This is the column that reminds us that if we do that, we can bring in the purple transmuting flame and literally transmute those low frequencies in a neutralized substance, send it back to the great consciousness, which then it is no more. We also have the violet ray. The violet ray is a column that reminds us that we can bring the violet ray right in behind the purple transmuting flame, and we can cleanse and purify that area that the low frequencies were in, thereby restoring and rebalancing our vibrational harmony into the higher vibrational frequencies of deep eternal love, gratitude, thankfulness, bliss, joy, gentleness and kindness, tranquility and benevolence. Then we have the golden white pink light. This is pure consciousness. It is the deep eternal love of whence we came. It is the gentleness, the kindness, the generosity, the humbleness, the tranquility, the benevolence, the bliss, the joy, the peace. This is the golden white pink light. This is the column that reminds us every second of every inch of our existence that we are pure consciousness, that we are existence, and that we are grand creators. We continue to levitate above the planet. And as we do, those of us carrying physical form step outside of our bodies, and we basically float above our bodies effortlessly. And when we do this, we are all compelled to call upon all the light energy beings who are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude, can join us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the gugaplexes. Gugaplex will fill this universe, one of them. They come in the trillions of gugaplex from every direction. Arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all the one. And we are all the love, and we are all the God, the pure consciousness. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all of the inhabitants of Agartha, hollow earth, beneath earth, inner earth, all of these civilizations, many, 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 many of them, Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude, join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are in full compassion, non-judgment, non-negativity, non-ego, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. And they join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all the one. We are all the love, and we are all the God. Our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all the galactics, all the off-worlders, all those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. We're only familiar with a mere fraction of them. The Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Feline, the Avian, the Golden Pyramids, the Zeta Reticuli, many, many, many more. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions. Arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They have also been assisting us with our evolution, with our enlightenment, with our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. Arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all the one. We are all the love. And we are all the God, the pure consciousness. And our God-light energy continues to intensify and continues to expand, and it is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we have inhabited. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude, join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we all are the one. And we all are the love. And we all are the God, the pure consciousness. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on, in, above, and below this planet Earth Gaia, in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. And just to name a few of them, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, dwarves, trolls, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur, and many, many, many more. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the trillions. Shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations of which many we have never seen before. Their gods with our gods with theirs, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all the one, and we are all the love, and we are all the God, the pure consciousness. And our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. It said center circle. We created this sphere over 2 years ago. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Over 800 meditations in perpetual motion, growing every single day. Of the highest of highest, deep eternal love and gratitude, and bliss, and joy, and peace, and gentleness, and kindness, and generosity, and humbleness, and tranquility, and benevolence. And it floods us nonstop. It floods us from head to toe, inside and out, continuously, increasing our vibrational frequencies and making us aware that it is okay for us to step outside of ourselves and watch the show, our lives, without interacting. That's why this sphere can be heard, seen, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify, and this is why it continues to expand. We also can look to the right of the sphere and see this massive column that we've created, and this column is larger than a solar system. Now the column is like a rainbow prism. It is reflecting trillions of different colors. It is literally glowing. And at the top, the very top, the way we've designed it, is that the ocean, the golden ocean of existence, flows 360 degrees downward. And it literally saturates and envelops all things, all existence. And each of us, of this golden ocean that is streaming down upon us all, in us all, around us all, above us all, below us all, we all hold the essence of that golden ocean. Each one of us. We are the expanse. The universes are the dot. We look down upon this planet Earth Gaia. We experience all of our brothers and sisters. They are part of us. We see all life on and above and below this planet Earth Gaia, and this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. Life's the highest value in the universes. And all of them, like all of us, are being lifted. How can you not be? And they're learning step by step that they too can sit in their chair and watch the show of their lives without intervening, finding out that it's a true joy to watch their lives flow. And this is where we all begin to understand that we truly are in an existence, in the existence of bliss and joy and peace and happiness, gentleness and kindness, generosity and humbleness, stillness of mind, non-negativity, non-judgment, non-ego, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence is who and what we are. So doesn't it make sense that we just sit back and watch that spectacular show and not always get in our own way and try to manage and micromanage and direct and critique and judge and evaluate? Because when we start to do that, we begin to appreciate that much more on how spectacular our lives truly are. After all, it's a show. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Slowly take a breath in. Exhale, breath out. Do this a few time. Slowly open your eyes. Move slowly. Ease back into your awareness. Enjoy the joy that you are. Stretch a little bit. Try today to take a seat and watch the show of your life. Don't intervene, don't critique, don't judge. Just enjoy the show of your life. Throughout the day and into the night, and the following morning. We will be back here May 18th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our normal guided meditation call.